Hello everyone, I'm Forrest McFreelava, and this is Speedplay Italy number 3 in Hearts of Iron 3. We left off having defeated the Yugoslavs, and we're now basically considering what sort of forces we need to actually maintain our control over the area. Likely what we're going to do is build a group of maybe 1 mechanized and 2 cavalry. Now the reason for this is that we don't actually really need to worry too much about a difficult fight against rebels. We just need to have forces capable of marching over and dealing with the rebels when they rise up. So cavalry with a mechanized should be more than enough to deal with them, and also be a handy reserve in case situations become just horrifically desperate. With that all more or less considered, we're going to begin prepping for our invasion of Greece, which will probably be a 2 to 3 part thing, with our forces moving down from the north in general, and also some use of marines, at the very least to take Crete, which will be a vital target, and maybe also to land on the peninsulas of southern Greece. We do get a rebellion in Yugoslavia, however we do have some cavalry divisions in Africa, which we're going to send over and use as occupying forces for the near future. Now, with that all said and done, I do notice that our command and control has been broken. We do need to get our army a little bit closer to all of our forces. We're about ready to invade the Greeks. We're going to get some supply throughput technologies and shift our focus a little bit more to officers. Not all that much, though. Technology is still going to be the most important thing. We do have to just realign our command group. There we go. Everything is now in order. And with that all said and done, it's basically time for us to declare this war against the Greeks. We have all of our armies well led. We're picking up our marines in just a moment. We'll go ahead and send our cavalry to deal with the Yugoslav nationalists. And we'll go ahead and combine our navy with our transports. And there we go, we're attacking just generally throughout the front. And it looks as though we're winning most of the battles fairly handedly, which is very good news. We're going to just keep pressing forward with everything we've got. These troops will land in Crete, and our armored are going to be the main force to just roll through, hopefully splitting the Greek nation in half. And from there we'll just see where the situation takes us and react appropriately. We are winning the Battle of Crete. We have won that. That is one of 3 victory points we need. The other is Salonika, and the final is going to be Athens, the capital of the Greek nation. Meanwhile, our armored divisions are doing fairly well. We are already splitting the Greeks in half, and now we're just going to roll south and attempt to cut off the Greek army from retreating to Athens and becoming a tremendous problem. We are losing 1 battle, however, it's not too bad, as since we are fighting that battle, we just lost it. But since we fought them as long as we did, it slowed down the Greek retreat. Also, unfortunately, our transport plane is not big enough to carry a marine division, which is kind of upsetting, and means that we're going to have to wait a little while before our marines are fully operational. We do have an armored group in front of Athens. We drop off 2 marine divisions, send the armor in from the rear, and we're attacking Salonika with a near surround. We bring our navy over to help defeat them. And we're starting to send our forces against Bulgaria already as that battle is won. We just have to wait for our troops to occupy Salonika, and the Greek state will collapse, which it just does. So that's fantastic. Now we're going to go after Bulgaria, which I don't imagine will put up nearly as much of a fight as the Greeks or Yugoslavs, and you saw how little of a fight they put up, so I'm not really too concerned with this as we move forward. The most important thing is just that we take care of the Bulgarian and Romanian questions before, 1, they join the Axis, and more importantly, before Germany takes over the French. As if we're able to time this very well, we'll be able to jump into war against the French before the Germans win it. Now they just conquered Belgium, so they are now on the border of France proper, and about to make their massive play at winning the war against the French. Also, we've filled out 2 of our navy, so we'll build a reserve squadron. We're focusing just a bit more on mechanized technologies, and we declare war against the Bulgars. We're winning pretty much everywhere, which is great news. Our armored groups are going to just pull up and hopefully surround, or at least partially surround, the Bulgarian capital, and then shoot off to Varna, which is going to be the last major victory point in their country. Now, we did end up losing one of the battles, but we're bringing forces around to just hopefully destroy them this time. You'll see we are winning a battle for one of their victory points, and their capital is more or less surrounded now, so I'm not too concerned with that. We'll send most of our armored groups over to Varna in an attempt to just defeat them there as quickly as we possibly can. As really the most important thing in these wars is just to blitz our opposition. We are attacking the Bulgarian capital with all of our forces in a complete surround. We are even bringing in our tactical bombers. Unfortunately, we lost the first engagement just because one of our lead elements ran out of organization. Although, there we go, in a moment we will manage to take their capital, and they have been annexed. That is great news. Sadly, Romania just got a series of events which were basically just forced treaties by the countries surrounding them that stripped them of a lot of their territory. Unfortunately, that means we won't get all of Romania, just what's left. We're going to just bring our forces around to fill out the border, and that's the main thing. We're going to have our armor move forward. Germany is making progress against France. Luckily, it's a bit slow. Alright, our armies are ready, organized, ready to go. I said ready twice in that sentence, but it doesn't matter. We attack on the west and on the east. We're not going to attack over the river, as that's kind of suicidal. They do have an air force that is fighting us, so we're going to have some air intercept missions just to protect our armies. We're not going to bring our tactical bombers in just yet. We're going to save them until we have some major engagements we want to go after. I realize that Romania only has 2 victory points now since they've lost some of their territory, and those are both just right by our armor. So it's very convenient that we have our armor in that vicinity. We're going to just try to surround the northern victory point, roll over into it. Japan isn't doing anything. Germany isn't doing anything, really, just moving into France. We can hopefully get this resolved quickly, and once we do, we'll be able to turn against the Turks and then focus on the situation in the world and probably hitting the Allies and declaring war on them and making progress against them. We have taken one of the 2 Romanian victory conditions. We're filling out a surround of their capital, an encirclement of their capital, I could say. We attack from all directions with 1 armor moving around to fill the encirclement. We've won the battle and annexed Romania. So yeah, that was a very busy moment for our country. Now, or I guess few months for our country, we've cleaned up most of the Balkans. All that's left is Turkey as a minor unaligned power in this region. So we're going to bring 2 groups of infantry against it. We're going to bring the rest of our infantry to either do occupation duty until we can get those cavalry divisions ready. And our armor is going to move in to charge into Thrace. The Germans are making progress against the French, which is a bit worrying. Hopefully we'll be able to outrun them. We made a good choice putting our men on occupation duty, as there was a quick rebellion, which we did handle. Alright, so with that all said and done, there is a bit of tech we need to look after, just keeping our navy hopefully up to date. We do declare war on the Turks, and in the ideal world, what we're going to do is just storm Istanbul, which will give us access into the Black Sea, and then we'll drop our marines off on the northern coast of Turkey, which will take a couple of their victory points. From there, we're just going to keep charging forward. We are winning the Battle of Istanbul. We do have a navy in the Sea of Marmara, just in that area. We have now opened up the Bosphorus, which is great news. There is a bit of a rather odd series of battles happening around Istanbul, though we do win. We drop our marines off in northern Anatolia, and our armies are going to just keep marching through. We have taken that victory point. I was considering leaving some forces behind. I don't think the Turks have enough soldiers to deal with that. We're going to run these infantry down to that coastal victory point, send our armor straight for Ankara, the Turkish capital, and major victory point, and the Marines will circle around. We're going to have to resupply them very quickly, but they'll circle around and then go after an area near Antioch, which is another Turkish victory point. We do go ahead and readjust our command structure in order to get some benefits, remove any old guard leaders as they give a malice against our troops, basically becoming used to and training to new circumstances. So we really want to stop that. And we managed to just annex Turkey. It was actually much easier than I thought it would be, which is great news because that means we can focus on the Allies now. Germany is making progress against France, although it is slowing down. So at any rate, that is going to be our next priority. We will attack the Allies. We will support Germany, although indirectly. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back soon.